Hello, I'm Derek Powell. I worked primarily with scripting, mechanics design, and providing art assets. Our game Penitence is a 3D action platformer where the player must traverse a dangerous world without any combat abilities. Players must make use of the halt and super double jump abilities to avoid damage or death. From the start of development, the team felt it was important to create a game that challenged us as designers and could be viewed as unique. Therefore, we chose to put the player in a world with defense as their only tool, along with enemies that are capable of destroying each other and some items in the world itself, giving the player the sensation they are on a dangerous adventure in a foreign place. During development of Penitence, our team found it vital to keep an open line of communication via Skype meetings, telephone conversations, and at least 3 group calls per week. This allowed us as a team to come together and understand each person's task for the week. The team had a great ability to work together on difficult tasks or even trade out assignments with each other to ensure the project stayed on course and didn't overburden anyone for too long. Another process I think that helped us a lot was we all stayed focused on our main mechanics, halt and super double jump, to ensure the game's overall design stayed in a direction that would make best use of these mechanics. Throughout the course of creating our game, we found our original scope was a bit too large, therefore we made cuts in content and adjusted the game accordingly to maintain the type of game we had set out to create. During this project, I learned scope can be very difficult to judge in the early stages of design. Some items can take quite a bit longer to finish than allowed for, while others may only take a fraction of the time you thought it would. And then there's the items that require too much research to even implement, so they have to be cut because of time restrictions. While working on Penitence, I also learned that no matter how many times you go over a piece of code or a level, it's always best to get a few others involved, because there will be bugs, there will be a way the player can interact with the game that isn't intended, and the only way to avoid this is to playtest a lot. Always playtest and get insight from your team members as often as possible. Overall, our team worked very well together during Final Project. As a team, we have overcome adversity and learned to design around assets we don't have the ability to create or the time to implement into the game. I personally feel the choices made by the team to create this type of game has taught me a lot about game design and designing within certain restrictions. Designing Penitence around the halt feature became very challenging at times and called for very long work weeks, but in the end paid off with an experience I'll never forget. Our team challenged each other to push themselves to the limits and learn everything we could about game development for the benefit of the project and our futures as game designers. As a team, we worked inside and outside our comfort zones to complete this project, and I am proud to have been part of this team.